Well, with Blitz 2002, we started from scratch. Every animation, every sound effect, every line of code was brand new.
The big challenge that's been in front of us in terms of Blitz 2002 is just the amount of new stuff that is in this.
And what we do here is we pride ourselves on having the best looking game out there.
The original Blitz characters were like 266 polygons. Now we have several thousand per player.
A player's arm is approximately the equivalent of an entire player in the old NFL Blitz.
Well, the Blitz player really is traced right back to Sal and Jennifer.
And of course, it started out from the old, the old player model, except that that player model was extremely stylized.
It has, big shoulders, smaller waist, bigger legs, like, this V-shaped action figure superhero look. To make this football player a bit more realistic, we hired John Turk. He's a local actor model who we've used in the past for the Mortal Kombat games. He was Sub-Zero.
John has such a great physique that we brought him in here to take photos of him, reference photos, both of his face and of his body. Our player was modeled off of him and then exaggerated, accentuated more into more of a superhero type person.
Yeah, the artists usually have a lot of requests that we come to the programmers with and ask them, please, can we put this in the game? Can we put that in the game?
Sal DeVita wanted various hand positions.
It looked a little awkward for all the players in every position to have the exact same hands. For example, a three-point lineman would have just the standard, cupped hand like this. And so he's down in the line and his hand is going through the ground.
During certain animations, he wanted a certain hand pose on the left hand and a certain hand pose on the right hand.
That posed a big headache for our programmers. It's like,
Programmatically handling all of these assets and combining them and actually running fast was a daunting task.
And they, went off, grumbling about, different parts and whatever. And they came back with a solution.
We knew it would give a distinct, good look to the game. So we definitely worked hard to get that vision into the game.
So yeah, there always is that constant battle of what we want and what we can have. And it's always going to be there. It's like that, I think, for every video game.
The key to these games, though, is the animation.
The animation, the tackles, a lot of these moves where guys are coming up from behind them and picking them up and throwing them down, some of the drops, some of the runs, it's amazing. And what's cool about it is that there's a lot of character in those too.
Because you can actually see the anticipation, when someone's going to get hit, you're gonna see recoil first, and then you're gonna see the hit, and then you're gonna see what happens after the hit.
If you saw me back when I was a rookie, you wouldn't recognize me. I wasn't the sleek, powerful picture of polygonal perfection that stands before you.
We had a slightly different technique in this game than we had in our other Blitz games.
We get a guy in a bodysuit, and we attach markers to all of his joints that would rotate, and then we capture that and turn the markers into 3D coordinates that a program can read, and we take that and we put it onto a skeleton. And we take the skeleton, we put it into a skin, and then we take the skin and we put it into the game, and that's how you get motion capture in the game. And it's real because it's real.
Now we actually got two people involved with the tackles.
You're going to feel the impact of a real person getting hit.
Or when two different people collide, it gives you a different lift into the air, and it puts you in weird spins that you could never have done on your own.
Those are the hard ones, but those are the fun ones because once they get in the game, it's the stuff that makes everyone go, wow, how'd they do that? Because you want shock value too. You want the player to go, ooh, ha, when he's playing the game, not just playing, go, oh yeah, scored a touchdown.
Now obviously that, you have to be careful because people can get hurt.
Paul Martin picked up Sal and buried him in the ground.
And in the game, you see, just the bottom actor, the victim, as we call it, clutching his ribs and getting up and kind of limping, and you're like, oh, that's pretty interesting acting there. It's because on that particular tackle, when Paul had kind of tackled me down to the ground, his shoulder drove into my side in a way that cracked one of my ribs.
Everything you see in the game has been done to somebody.
A lot of the animations in the game are compared to other games, are very just, energized. A lot of, I guess, anger in a lot of these motions. Everybody's angry. Everybody's like, ah, they're just all crazy. And even when somebody points, a guy would point, like, hey, get on over there. Now in Blitz, it's like, over there, you, over there. I think it's the best looking football game on the market. I think that it's the most fun game on the market.
An alternative to the hardcore cut and dried simulator games. This is Blitz, this is fun, this is over the top.
We're going to continue to be the hardest hitting, most fun, most playable football game in the video game business.
Blitz 2002 is the best Blitz yet.